Okay, I'm going to talk about alchemy. And I know that there are a lot of scientific and spiritual texts about alchemy, so I'm going to keep it really simple. Alchemy is our ability to turn, to transform something, to transform forms, really. Um, when I talk to my clients about alchemy, I talk about it from the place of your thoughts being so incredibly powerful, your focused thought being so powerful, and you can turn, um, you know, a mess into gold, or you can turn a masterpiece into a mess, and it's all by what you are choosing to think. And so, when we're in the state of fear and doubt and worry and victimhood, we can create more of a mess. Now, when we focus on the purest, cleanest desire for the highest and greatest good of all those involved, using alchemy, we can really focus and create a result in our world. I call it sending light. You know, I talked to you about how we can protect ourselves and cover ourselves in a blanket of protection, how we can see a situation that might be difficult and really affirm that it's going to go well and that it's going to be easy and fluid and joyful. That's a form of alchemy in my world. And so I say use that. It's all just focus for the highest and greatest good of all those involved and believing, really believing that you can create transformation in your life and keep it simple. Really keep the desire simple. If it's a difficult situation, see it surrounded in love and harmony and joy, and that you can walk through it no matter what, your best self. Or if it's a health issue, focus on the energy of wellness, the energy of healed, the energy of comfort within the body, and then know that however way that takes form is for your highest and greatest good. Now, I want to go back to you can create a masterpiece or you can create a mess. You can, you know. And sometimes when we are focused on our fears so strongly, we don't realize that we're creating a mess. Or we might be aware that we're creating a mess and we're terrified that we're creating a mess. Don't put yourself through that. Cleanse, and return to center. And some of the ways I like to cleanse are you can do a salt bath. You can do it just through prayer and say, God, release me from this burden of my fear and my worry and my stress and my doubt, and keep praying that prayer. And get a little exercise, drink some water, get some rest, speak to people who are high vibe, that's very, very important is to speak to some people that are high vibe and express to them though, hey, I'm in a low place. I'm feeling hella vulnerable right now and I just need some love. And some people may not be able to provide that for you, and that's okay. And you go to God then, and God will be there for you. It's difficult to believe when we're in it that God is on our side because you're like, well, if God's on my side, why am I in this? But there is a blessing in every experience. There is a benefit, right? And if you can just believe that, say, hey, I may not understand what the benefit is right now, but I'm going through this and it sucks. And I'm just going to be as kind and peaceful to myself as possible. And I'm not going to engage people that are going to make me feel worse. And I'm not going to engage situations that are going to make me feel worse. And all I'm going to do is do my best. And that is enough to really produce a result and stop that forward momentum of the mess that you might be creating with your own thoughts, and pull it back and say, I'm just going to focus on peace. I'm just going to focus on peace. This is one of the reasons why I encourage you in one of the videos to focus on gratitude as a lifestyle, because that just running in the background will ensure that any mess that you might be projecting into the universe, and I don't think we deliberately do any of this, and I don't think people call bad things onto themselves, and I don't think, oh, it's all your fault. No, don't put that on you. But energy is energy, right? And so if you can be in a state of gratitude always, even in the mess, if you can be in a state of self reverence and knowing that you are doing your best, you will find that things will go easier for you. And will it be the exact thing that you wanted? Not always, right? But when you're in a state of transformation and change and you're looking to manifest something and things aren't working out and you're in resistance, you will find that resistance is a lot less uncomfortable because you have that base of self respect, self reverence, self compassion, gratitude, a lifestyle of gratitude that will help you move forward on your journey. You'll see things clearer. You'll be able to tap into it, even if it's something that you don't want, right? You can see, okay, there's a blessing in this. And I know that on the other side, it's going to be better. Change is always better. Yeah, it's the best way I can describe it to you. Change is always better. So, alchemy, it's focus, it's believing, it's using your thoughts to create gold, to create love, to create empowerment. And you can take your ideas, now we're going to talk business a little bit here. You can take your ideas and transform them into gold. And it's by sending love to that idea, allowing that idea to come forward and taking action appropriately and keeping that idea pure, right? Sometimes we get a really great idea and then we let everybody start commenting on it, and then we start putting our fears on it, and then we start shooting ourselves, and then we start thinking, building these, overwork strategies. When embrace the idea, trust your intuition, and be consistent in the action that you take, and do your necessary homework and research, and know that you can produce a masterpiece. It's knowing, it's believing that that idea can be transformed into a masterpiece, and you don't always know what's on the horizon. That's God's business. But if you stay connected, you'll be guided accordingly. Till the next video, take care of yourself.